Hey everyone, I think we are live. Hey Ken, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, John. And yourself?
Awesome. Okay, we are here. We're live. This is the first live that we're doing for 2025, but we have been a little bit primed already, right, Ken? We've been doing a few things over the last 5 weeks.
That's right. So happy New Year's to everyone. Hope you guys had amazing holidays. For those of you, it's our first live for the new year, right? At least on Facebook and on YouTube. So it's really good to hear from all of you guys. I see people saying hello from all over the place.
Awesome. And let us know if you like this kind of content with Ken and I doing this together. We've been kind of practicing for the last, I guess, almost 5 weeks doing our Inner Circle webinars, and they have been a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed spending time with you. Jennifer's in the house as well. Jennifer, did you want to say hi?
Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Okay, I don't know if her mic's on, but anyways, I've got to figure that one out.
We can hear her. She's good.
Okay, perfect. Good. So, anyways, but we've had I guess a lot of fun with regards to our webinars because it is kind of a tag team thing, and I've been excited because Ken, you and I are coming at it from different sides of the not what can I say? I guess different times would probably be the best scenario because Ken is young and I'm probably a little bit older. Ken has black hair and my hair is gray. Ken's skin is nice and firmed and shiny. Mine's getting a little wrinkly and old. Anything you'd want to add there, Jen?
No? You're both perfect.
Okay. So it has been good, but the
we
fun
both
part
look amazing, John.
Thanks. But we've had a lot of fun because I've kind of enjoyed this generation gap. If you've been in the Inner Circle webinars for the last 5 weeks, so that's like, I guess, an hour and a half of content, but we've always started out with a little bit of fun stuff. I've been quizzing Ken every single week, and I've been quizzing Ken on TV shows that are from my era. And so far, I think I'm almost batting 100, Ken. You've been
There was one
perplexed
show.
almost.
There's
Which
one
was
show
it?
that I knew. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Oh,
okay. But
it was the Flintstones. That was the one
the
show that I knew.
Okay, because if you don't know the Flintstones, then you're in trouble. So I'm starting this off as well with a couple of shows from yesteryear. All of you who are here in the house, let us know if you have or haven't heard of these, because hopefully we got some younger people in here as well. But the one, and this was probably one of my all-time favorites, was All in the Family. Have you ever heard of that one, Ken?
Nope.
No.
All in the
Okay, that's
Family.
a hard
Never
no.
heard of that. No.
Jennifer, All in the Family.
Yes.
Archie Bunker, Edith. You've never heard of Archie Bunker? Edith.
Nope.
Okay, the meathead Gloria. Okay, so anyways, let's see. We might have some people here. Okay, now here's the next one. This was an off branch of All in the Family. There was an off branch show. If anybody knows it, let us know in the comments. It was the Jeffersons. Have you ever heard of that one? It's not the cartoon.
Okay, then I don't know because I was going to say the cartoon.
No. And Jen, do you remember what the main character, what his name was in the Jeffersons, or any of the characters? Moving on up where they're
the big. JJ?
No, that's a different one.
That's,
okay. Sherman was his name, and Louise. Remember, his wife was Louise.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And there was a couple there that were their best friends, and I think it was probably one of the first interracial relationships on TV at the time, because there was a black black wife and a white husband. But the really cool thing, and you might know this person, Ken. The mother of the lady who played that character, she is the mother of a very famous musician. Have you ever heard of Lenny Kravitz?
No.
Lenny Kravitz?
I might.
You've never heard?
I don't think so. Okay.
What?
He's okay. Now I am feeling as old can be because
I've never heard of Lenny Kravitz.
Have you ever heard the song "American Woman" where he's done the remix?
Yes.
Okay, that's Lenny Kravitz. Okay. Anyways. Okay. I only got a couple more because I don't know if myself. Okay. How about Sanford and Son? Anybody remember Sanford and Son?
Actually, I do know Sanford and Son.
I've
never seen it, but I do
Elizabeth.
know it.
Jennifer saying, "Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth." He always faked his death because he was the older man. Okay, so anyways, he was a very famous comedian. His name was Red Fox. And
Okay.
that's what I remember about him. But I do remember the Elizabeth thing, right? He was always like, "I'm coming, Elizabeth." Okay, another one, and Jennifer already mentioned this one. This was one of my favorites as a kid. It was actually Good Times. Remember Good Times?
Yeah.
And there was a guy on there, and you got to look at the rerun because his name was JJ, and he had a tagline. Anybody want to type in what the tagline was in the comments? JJ Walker. Somebody put in, yeah, JJ Walker.
Yeah, good one,
okay.
Tom.
What's that? It's in there. Okay, Dynamite. That was his tagline. Was Dynamite. And there was also another famous musician who was in that show. And I really hope you've heard of this one. Have you ever heard of the Jacksons? Like Michael
Yes,
Jackson?
I've heard
Okay.
of the Jacksons.
Okay. I'm so happy because his sister Janet, you've heard of Janet Jackson?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we need a lie detector test on Ken.
I'm sweating, guys. So no,
So anyways, Janet Jackson was actually the youngest. I think she was the sister or niece or something on that. Anyways, I just love going through all these memory lane things with Ken. So this is, okay, this one you had to have heard of, Leave It to Beaver. Have you heard of Leave It to Beaver?
Nope. Leave it to Beaver. No.
Okay. Jennifer's over here laughing. Anyway, give us some characters from Leave It to Beaver. There was the beaver. Okay. And there was the older brother. His name was Wally. You should know that one, Jen. And then there was
I was thinking Wally was a friend, but that was
Eddie Haskell. Yeah, and Lumpy. And then there was the parents. Anyways, I got one more and then I'll stop. But this one was probably my all-time favorite. And this was Little House on the Prairie. Have you ever heard of that one?
Nope.
Little House on... Oh, okay. Anyways, if you want to watch any show that I think was like one of the foundational feel-good shows of that era and just had all kinds of...
Get Smart.
Get Smart was awesome. Okay, but come on, let's stay on Little House on the Prairie. Michael Landon was the guy, and he did a show when he was younger from, what was that, Haas? Bonanza. Okay, so anyways, Ken, you just are learning so much hanging around me.
I sure
Forget the digitizing.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're going to forget all of it. Now, just so you know, guys, Ken is going to test me really soon because he's going to test me with all of the, and Jennifer's already laughing, he's going to test me with all the cool things that are happening today that I probably have no clue about. So you will get your revenge, Ken. So if you want Ken to get his revenge, just let us know. So anyway,
let me know in the comments, guys. Put a couple of shows that you guys have been watching lately. Let's see if John has seen them. We'll sprinkle them here and there.
Well, you know what? Some of the Netflix things I might be fairly up to speed on, but some of the cool people, that's who you have to get me with. Like, all the people in your era that are really cool. So anyways, we got to go on because people came here for digitizing.
That's right. Have you heard of SpongeBob SquarePants, John?
I have. Thank you very much. I had children that watched it forever, right, Jen? Yeah, the SpongeBob. Yeah. So, anyways, and I have a very good friend of mine who actually was the music producer on that show, and he did win a what was it? Grammy. He won a Grammy for his work on that SpongeBob show. So, anyways, there you go. So, yes, I have heard of it. Now,
that's awesome.
Things. This is kind of a Q and an A, and we do want to tell you some of the cool stuff that's happening at Embroidery Legacy. If you did get a chance to watch our, 2024 reminiscing, we sort of talked about a lot of the things that happened last year, some of the things that we have planned for this year. We have a new site coming up. We have our software that's going to be launched. A little sneak peek. Ken, you and I are planning on doing this more regularly, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we're going to tag team a lot of these lives, a lot of the progress, just the progress that we're having together. And I think it's just nice. We get to showcase a little bit of everything.
For sure. And I am kind of thinking we'll also bring in some special guests as we move forward. And we're going to kind of lock down a time that we're going to do this where will be convenient for everybody, because we really appreciate all of you who watch from abroad. We love the fact that we have people from Australia, New Zealand, from all over Europe, from Thailand, from just everywhere. So we really appreciate you guys watching. Now, we also have had some new videos that have gone up on YouTube, I think, Ken. You want to give us a little update of a couple of those?
We did have I believe the latest one that just came out was one of you doing the embroidery medic. It seems like people really like you doing the embroidery medic, so maybe we should keep those going. As well as on Saturday, we ended up going to the Toronto imprint show, the Canada imprint show. We got to visit, see some of the new stuff that's happening. So if you guys would like to see more of that, make sure to check out the last video that came out for that.
For
It's pretty
sure, for
fun.
sure. And it is fun, and it's great to get out to these shows. You know, it is really a good thing to see all the new equipment, talk to the people, talk to the vendors, especially if you're doing this as a business. I think that it is money very, very well spent, and the education that they provide there. I mean, I haven't taught at any of the big shows for decades now, as far as commercial shows are concerned, but I know that there are quality educators there in the embroidery area, as well as, you know, other mediums. I mean, direct to film, direct to garment, print, you know, screen printing. I mean, it's just a big, beautiful world of apparel decoration. And I find that more and more people are combining the medium, so embroidery with something else. So we're hoping to tap into that a little bit as well in the future. I see somebody's planning to go to the DAC shows. The DAC shows are awesome. I spoke at the DAC shows for many years. Remember that,
I do.
Jennifer? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And just so you know, I will be at the Long Beach show coming up in a couple of weeks. We do want to put out, though, all of our heartfelt prayers for everybody who is in LA and Southern California who has been affected by all of the wildfires, and what's happening there is just, I don't even really have words to express what is happening, and the loss of life and property and everything. So it's just devastating. We hope you guys are all okay who are in that area. And if you are in that area, we will be in Long Beach. Actually, Jesse and I will be there, and we'll be visiting our friends at Hirsch Solutions, so that they are going to be showing us all the newest, greatest things with Tajima. And of course, our developers, Pulse Tajima, are going to be there, and we're going to do our rounds and put out another video, just like you did, Ken. So.
And the shows will be on the 23rd to the 25th, right, of January?
Yes, that is the Thursday to the Saturday, I believe, is the show. Jesse and I are only going to be there for one day. So we'll be there the Thursday, the first day of the show. We'll be there. We have a few meetings set up, but we are planning on hanging out at the Hirsch booth, the Tajima booth, quite a bit. So if you are able to stop by and you see us, please say hi. We love meeting people. That's one of the things I really miss, because I spent all those years on the road, Jennifer, and now I've been at home. And Jennifer, are you kind of happy that I'm leaving for a little while? There's a smile on her face, Ken.
If you must go, you must.
So anyways, that'll be fun. And what else is happening, Ken?
We're going to be coming out with more tutorials. That's kind of like where we're focusing at right now. It's just creating more content for you guys. It seems like you've been enjoying a lot of what we've been putting out recently. So please let us know in the comments right now, what was your favorite kind of content that we've been putting out, and what would you like to see more of? Because we are taking notes, and we're going to be busy this year. I feel like that's what the main goal of this year is. It's just staying busy, giving you guys what you want.
For sure. And we have been very, very busy right now with the whole, inner circle membership side of it, just because we have launched, I guess, our beta version of our software. And a lot of people have been asking, like, why did we kind of do it that way? And it was very calculated and planned, because a lot of what I would consider the really good, strong foundational programs that are in the embroidery industry have been around for decades. I mean, they haven't, there's very few that I would consider really good that have just kind of, popped up out of nowhere. And we are really blessed because, Pulse Tajima, who is one of the two world leaders and innovators, I think they are an incredible innovator in, embroidery software and tools within the industry. And I've worked with them for decades and decades. They were willing to work with me, and I'm not trying to be humble here, but I'm just little old me. And they did, put a lot of effort and trust in helping to develop a program that is not necessarily something that has been like reinvented from, scratch. But what they did do is they allowed me to take all of the tools and the things that I've seen in the industry for decades and kind of customize them and have them behave and react the way I kind of always envisioned. So it's been really fun because I'm kind of getting to build my dream program, you know, and some people may get it in the future and not like it, and that's fine. You know, it's just there's different programs for different people. But as far as my foundational roots of being a production-based puncher, this is kind of what I like, envision, and wanted things to behave. And having all of our inner circle people who are really beta testers who have come on, and there's like 1,000 of them, it has been a huge, huge blessing. And I want to thank you guys. If any of you are watching, please let us know in the comments, because your help has been invaluable. Because catching all the stuff, I mean, we're building so much at once and making a kind of new program, and there's a lot of moving parts, and you have really helped us with, you know, not only directing those parts, but finding out when little things break, you know, when we get cracks in the wall. And that seems like my full-time job right now. I spend almost 90% of my time testing and working with the software. So anything you want to add to that, Ken? I mean, how do you like the software? I know you obviously didn't have my background, but does it make sense to you?
Yeah, it definitely does. I especially like how we're focusing on teaching from the very beginning, because once you teach someone how to digitize the right way, which is very important, with the software combination of both, it's just like it's a piece of cake for anyone who wants to become a digitizer. But I will say one of my favorite things so far has been the community themselves, everyone gathering together, everyone helping each other out. It's so nice to be part of it all, because yeah, if anyone needs help, there's always someone willing to help.
For
That's the
sure.
most
And
important. Yeah.
that was also a very calculated thing as well. I mean, none of this is by accident. None of this was because I wanted to, you know, sell some software and that was it. This is the beginning of the story. This is where we're just getting started. And the real part about this is I've said for years, actually I said this for decades, I have made the statement that any software program is only as good as the education that's available or that comes with it. And that's where I guarantee you we're not going to drop the ball. We are going to overperform on every level, because when, you know, and we're not going to keep it necessarily a secret. I mean, we've been doing a lot of videos, a lot of content for the inner circle people, but once the software is officially launched, we're going to be, you know, having this type of education for everybody. You know, that's the beauty of it. So anyways, it's been so much fun, and it is one of the fulfillments of, I guess, my career. It's kind of hopefully one of the best things I'll have ever done. So
Yeah.
anything else you want to add to that, Ken? I mean,
I just want to say we don't want to make Jesse mad, so we're not going to share too much just yet. We have a lot of stuff that's coming up very soon, but I am so excited for what's coming up, and you guys are going to love every bit of it. It is really fun. This is going to be such a
yeah.
great year. Yeah.
New site, we mentioned that. New
Mhm.
software, education is a big part. And if you do want to be on the wait list, I don't know, I know we're kind of short staffed today, but we do have a VIP wait list. So if you are interested in all and finding out about the Embroidery Legacy digitizing software, then you can just go to the link on our site, fill out the form. There's no commitment there, but as soon as it is released and there is the ability to find out more information, we'll make sure that you get it. And that's kind of cool. One of the things that I have enjoyed hearing in the comments within our group, because right now there is a private group just for people who are the inner circle members with the software. Many of them have said that the educational content that we've given them in the last, you know, I guess it hasn't even been 2 months, has almost been worth the price that they paid for the program. So that makes me feel good, and
Yeah,
had
and
a lot of fun too.
I was gonna say, like, it's been such a pleasure digitizing and teaching you guys, guiding you through every single one of the videos that we've been creating. I have so much fun doing so. So this is definitely my dream job, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much, honestly, to all of you who have been supporting. even if you're not part of the inner circle and you're just here, you're watching live, everything has been like such an amazing time. So thank you. And it's funny, James said, can you spill the beans on something? Is
I've
there
been
anything that we could share at all?
not really. I've been pretty good. I mean, my Jesse is very proud of me that I haven't let things slide, because that's usually been in my nature. So I'm getting a little better at that. But there's a lot of stuff coming, and when it's spilled, it'll be spilled all over for everybody. So that's kind of what we're looking at now. I guess I was going to say something else that was kind of important, but now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I did share in the last webinar, because we have been giving kind of a little bit of fun with people, because it's all about community. We've been telling a little bit of the stories where I get to reminisce like an old fart about my early days and all that. I get Ken's take on where he began, because we all have a story, right? We all started from somewhere. And this last one, I actually showed in the PowerPoint. I'm actually using a PowerPoint that I created like probably 28 years ago or 25 years ago. I guess it was about 25 years ago. So I'm using a PowerPoint that I created a long time ago, and I'm doing that on purpose because I'm talking about old school theory, you know. So what better than having an old school PowerPoint to go over the theory? But I showed a Spider-Man jacket, and everybody was kind of impressed with it. It was one of the first prizes that I ever won in the commercial industry, and I did figure it out because I looked at the stitch counts on it. There's like, I think 670,000 stitches in it, and it did fit my son Jesse. So Jesse is 32 years old right now. He was 4 years old when I gave this to him, and it was way too big for him. He actually fell asleep on the couch. Remember that night, Jen? Okay. And we made 12 of these jackets, so there's only 12 in existence. I think I have 2 or 3 of them left. The rest of them went to the manufacturer of the jackets, and we gave a couple away and prizes and everything. But this is the Spider-Man jacket, and you can see the back is completely done. The sleeves are done, and I mentioned in the webinar, and they didn't see this, they saw just a picture of it, but in the webinar I said the sleeves are almost the hardest part, because underneath the sleeves all of the webs join perfectly on the seam on the inside of the sleeves. And then when you get to the split front is actually a design where Spider-Man is chasing the Green Goblin, and it actually has a zipper that is zipped up so that the smoke coming out of his little, whatever they call that thing that he's riding on, the smoke actually lines up right on the zipper of the center. So this is one of the first big things that I did. It didn't win a grand prize. It did, I think, win a first place for jackets, but I gave it to my son. We've kept it all these years, and it goes way, way back. And I did find some of the files, and Ken, I'll bring it up here, and I'll just show.
Good.
You can run through them, and you're going to see that this design actually had 11 different files in it, because there is the jacket back, which has all of the pieces that are building up dimensionally on each other. So everything is done in separate pieces. And if you were to, and don't do this because it would take too much time, but if you were to go through and analyze all of the pieces and how they're digitized, you'll see that it was done in layers, because it's just, you can't have all of that done in stitching and just hope and pray that it lines up. Everything has to line up perfectly when it's done. Keeping in mind that this is digitized on Melton. Melton is like a material that is thicker than felt. And if you've ever worked with Melton leather jackets, like varsity jackets, that you've seen, high school, a lot of you might remember when we used to get our logos with chenille on our jackets in high school. The Melton is a very, very thick, medium. And we did this as a panel program. So what Ken is actually showing there right now in the redraw, there's a panel, a running stitch that is the outline of the panel. The jacket manufacturer gave us all the pieces of the jacket before it was assembled. And we then took that jacket back and laid it down right within that running stitch. It kind of tacked it down in place, and then it continues to do all the stitching. And if we ever get a chance to look at the files, you're going to see that there's really not that much underlay in this design, because underlay really only needs to be used within areas where material is going to stretch. And some materials that are milled stretch in one direction more than they will in the other. But when you're dealing with a felt or a melton, a very heavy, felt, there is very little movement in either direction. So I was really able to save a lot of stitches when it came to underlay in this design. If you did this design and you tried to do it on a different medium that wasn't thick like that, you'd probably have an extra 100,000 stitches of underlay there as far as, a foundation or support for the top stitches. So it was kind of interesting. I just sent these over to Ken earlier, but they're pretty cool files, aren't they?
They are. And how many stitches do you think it would have been if you needed more underlays?
I would, to that 680,000 total, I would probably have added another 100,000 stitches. If you use, because you got to remember that I digitized that design probably back 28 or 29 years ago. And the software that I was using was not like the software you're using today. It did not have as much automation in it. I don't even know if I had complex fills at that point. I might have. They might have just come up with complex fills. But a lot of the underlay in those days, we still did our underlay manually in a lot of things. We still did a lot of our pull compensations manually. And you'll also notice, Ken, there is how many files for that jacket back? I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files.
11.
Well, actually, that's for the whole jacket. So,
so for the back?
Back, I think there's 5. So that's 4, 5.
1.
There's 5. Yeah. Okay. So there's 5 different. Now, if you go back to that one, how many stitches are in that, Ken?
To which one? The second one right here?
Any of those, the second or the third one? There's 64.
This one is 64K.
Okay. And what about the next one?
The next one is 63K.
Okay. And how about the first one?
And the first one is 64,000.
Okay. And how about the fourth one?
The fourth one is 62,000.
Are you seeing a trend here?
Yes, I am seeing a trend. Is the maximum 65K?
Well, here's why I'm going to ask people. Why do you think I had to, 28 years ago, break that file up into so many pieces that were 65,000 stitches? Don't say it, Ken, because I had you go get something. I don't want you to spill the beans. But if any of you want to guess why, keep in mind that we did 12 jackets. They were on a 24-head machine, a flatbed machine that was originally specially made for us for doing patches. And we had to turn every second head off on the machine so that we could do something that size. And in those days, the machines might have had enough memory in them to go past 64,000 stitches. But guess how we loaded designs in the old days? Was it by Wi-Fi? No, because Wi-Fi wasn't around. Was it on floppy disk? No, because floppy disks weren't around. We actually created all of our designs on paper tape, 8-channel paper tape. And I asked you to grab one of those, Ken. Can you just hold it up there for a second?
You guys ready? Look at this paper tape.
Okay, so that's what we actually digitized our designs the way we did it in the early days. There was no editing on, well, you could edit actually within your software, but if you made a mistake on your paper tapes, a lot of times what you had to do in the very early days was cut and splice tapes. I didn't have to cut and splice on this because I did have, I think it was like DOS version Wilcom software at the time, so I could edit before I sent it to my facet, which created that paper tape. But the paper tapes were about this big when they came in a roll, and they fit about 65,000 stitches. And when you put that paper tape on the machine, there was a reel-to-reel reader. Do you remember the paper tape days, Jennifer?
Sure do.
Sure do. Jennifer ran machines with me when we did paper tape in the early days. And
I can almost see the head of Spider-Man here, I think.
Okay. That's funny. So anyways, that's why a lot of those files don't go over 65,000, because we needed a separate paper tape for each piece to create the entire design. So way back in the old days.
Yeah, this is amazing. How durable were these, by the way? Like, I don't want to, well, I'm being very careful with it.
It did get broken. If you notice that one actually is broken at the end, right? It's kind of torn. But you would actually, they would last for many, many years. I mean, that one's, probably 30 years old, the one that you're holding in your hand. It's the only one I have left. I have so many things I wish I would have saved from the old days, but I didn't think they were important. That's for all of you younger people out there, Ken, everything you're doing now and everything you're doing with me in the industry right now, I want you to save some stuff for yourself for when you're old and gray like me, so you can say, I remember when, and have stuff to show people. So that's kind of
I'm
cool.
gonna start
I'm
saving stuff
curious with
today.
Jennifer has a little question here. Go ahead, Jen.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Jen.
there's a delay. I'm curious with the people who are watching. I see quite a few comments that are understanding this. How many people have digitized this far back or have done the tapes and punch cards and that sort of thing?
Yeah, how many old school punchers do we have in the house? You know, that's what one of the funnest things is in dealing with Pulse Tajima. There is one gentleman, Roland. If you're watching, hi. But he lives abroad, and he is an old school puncher, just like I am. You know, from the Shifley days. And when we connect, and you've been there at a lot of the meetings, Ken, it's probably kind of you probably shake your head and go, "Oh, here we go again," you know, because we like to talk old school. But
No,
anyway,
it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I could be, I could have been part of it back in the day to learn from the very beginnings. But it's okay. Well, I'm still part of it right now, so it's amazing.
well,
Now I
and
get to
here
hear
is
this
where
history.
all of you people who are taking, I guess, a lot of the lessons, because Ken, you've been knocking out some incredible lessons for the inner circle people. And if there's any of you here that have done some, let us know. Because Ken, even though you started later, you are somebody who is pretty much kind of self-taught, and now you're kind of learning from me, but I'm learning from you. And
Mhm.
you also do some incredible artistic merit designs. And I know, actually, I'm going to bring up the software here because this is one of the lessons I think you just put up, right?
Yeah, so I'll bring it up right here. I love tigers, and I wanted to create something that had this style of satin outlines. And yeah, I think a lot of people, we did see a couple of people in the inner circle already try this out. And I have yet to see them stitched out, but I'm really looking forward to that. So as soon as you guys have done that, please let me know. And
Yep.
yeah, this
The
has
proof
been really fun.
the proof is in the stitching, right? So I zoom in on that a little bit just so people can see some of the detail in the head and the face and stuff. But
Yeah.
Ken has an incredible teaching style that allows you to understand how to get that detail and definition. And that's been great. I mean, I am so thankful for you, Ken, because I've been a little buried with trying to get the software to work properly. And you've just like stepped in there on that side as well, but you've stepped in there and once we get people past the learning curve, that is going to be our big goal moving forward with all of our, embroidery legacy digitizers in years to come. We don't just want to give you the easy stuff to get started. We want to take you past that, beginner stage into the intermediate, into the advanced. And I am more than happy and thankful when I see people become more talented than I am, because I've always said I'm not an artist. I'm a digitizer, but there are so many people there that are artistic, and I think you guys have a huge edge if you just get the right training.
That's
So
right.
that's
Yes.
really cool.
Yeah, and I know I have seen a lot of people, like even the previous lessons that I've made on statues. I saw how they took that lesson and they modified it to create a different style that is just incredible. And I thought it was amazing. I love the use of satin that they used in some of the lessons, and it's something that I didn't even think of myself. So there's always going to be someone who's going to bring some next level creativity to something that we create, and that's what it's all about. It's
For sure.
sharing these versions. Everyone's always going to have something new to bring on. So
Yeah,
thank you guys
this,
so
I
much
mean,
for sharing.
and we just want to plant some seeds, right? That's what we're doing, is we're
Hmm.
planting seeds, and hopefully we're producing some good soil for them to be planted on. And as long as you have that foundation, that good soil, then I just am so excited about what I'm seeing. And as we get closer to the launch date and we start making announcements, you guys are going to see some of the incredible work that our inner circle team has done. I almost don't want to call them members anymore. They really feel like they become part of the team, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
they really
Okay,
have.
did we have any questions? I mean, I've been talking a lot. Is there any questions you've seen, Ken, or Jennifer, that we should go over? Otherwise, I have some cool stuff to show you. Some of our releases. We'll do a few giveaways.
Ooh. So far, I haven't seen any questions, just everyone being so supportive. So thank you guys so much again. And I have noted down a lot of the ideas that you guys have. Some more cap tutorials, troubleshooting problems like break threads or broken threads, creating textures. I know, John, you're pretty good at creating textures. So that'd be awesome if we get to see some more of that. And the best way to do hats on a single needle. So we're noting stuff down to ensure that we can bring those tutorials to you guys very soon.
Yes, and we, as I said, I apologize a little bit because I know my lessons have slowed down in the last couple of weeks. But Ken, you filled in, Linda's filled in. We've had lots of support. But just so you guys know, in the inner circle, there is a couple of very big and much awaited features that are going to. Every time I do that, Siri thinks I have my iPad open, and every time I say something that sounds close to Siri, she goes, mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a Canadian accent.
It's a Canadian accent, I guess. But anyways, we do have a couple of really big features that are coming out soon that are going to take this software to the next level, the level that I want it to be at. So it's cool.
That's right. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm just looking through a couple of questions, and I'll bring those to you as soon as possible when I see.
Okay.
No so a couple of nesting questions. Nesting is always a problem. Also, they'd like to see more push and pull compensation videos, which is a great, it's actually a pretty big one. And that's one of the videos that you published today. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure to go check that out as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there was one that we just did where somebody had digitized a large design for the front of a sweatshirt, and there were two very large fills on there. And it was kind of fun because it was done in a program, and I'm not going to mention the name, but it wasn't the one that we were just resellers for, and it wasn't our software, but it was one that is known in the industry. So I didn't have the native file because I don't own the software. And which means that you're relying on expanded data. All you're seeing, like our software will convert to outlines, and most programs do take a DST file. You can bring it in, and it will do the best it can to convert it to outlines, but it's never quite the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of 20 nodes creating a fill, you have 5,000 nodes creating the fill, and you might as well just redo it at that point, right? So. Yeah. So anyways, it was kind of cool because all I had to work with was a DST file, but there's so much you can tell. I mean, that's one thing I like to tell, especially new embroiderers. Once you get that foundation of theory, you don't have to digitize 1,000 designs to get really good. What you can do is look at 1,000 designs that were digitized well and watch them in the software, how they sequence. You know what I mean? You like learning from good people in the industry, not just Ken and I, but if you have designs that run really well on your machine, look at them in your software kind of with a magnifying glass, and you can learn a lot about push and pull and mapping and densities. Somebody mentioned nesting, Ken. If you get bird's nests, which usually equates to hard stitches, bulletproof embroidery. You hammer down, you hammer down 5 objects that have full density on top of each other. I guarantee you're going to have hard stitches, right? So that's where you need to learn how to build your designs and soften them as you move forward. So.
We have a question from Alessandro in Germany. What kind of software can I buy now? When I buy now your old software in ViewMonth comes a new one, I pay for nothing and I have to pay again. It's still, I'm sorry if I'm messing up the words. So he needs the software fast, but he doesn't want to pay twice. What would you say, John?
Well, right now we won't have our software available until the official launch. When we launch, then it'll be available to the public. Everybody who was part of the inner circle who purchased when they did, you're not going to pay again. You'll get the full version. And I know we have, even when the software is launched, we're going to have a lot of work to do because I'm going to make this over time the best program that is available. That's my goal. That's that's, I guess, what my dedication is for the next 8 years of my career until, God willing, I can retire. So we are going to be building on this program and this platform and making it better as time goes on. So if you want our software, unfortunately, you have to wait until our official release. If you need something now, I just apologize, but we kind of structured this the way we did, and we can't really bend the rules, right, Jen? Because my wife won't let me.
Yeah, we are really focused on bringing you guys
I guess
something
I would
that
say
we truly believe.
people who are.
Okay, go ahead, Jen.
Sorry, I've got a really bad delay, so
Sorry.
I'm sorry I keep interrupting you again.
It's all good.
Just the people who don't have the software and want to follow along and continue to learn, they love the education, YouTube or Facebook groups.
Yeah, let's put it this way, and this is where, Ken, you and I have our work cut out for us, because I think we mentioned in the year in review that since our launch, we've shot now, I think, 35 educational videos, plus all of our webinars and everything. When this software launches, you and I get to do it all over again, from the ground up, because we're going to do it from the newest platform with all of the tools. And those of you who were part of the Inner Circle, you're going to get all of the new content, obviously, to watch again. But we're not going to leave anybody behind, ever. That's our goal. So and that's I'm preparing myself for that, because everything we've done, we got to relook at those and make them better for the next phase.
Oh, John, I gotta say, I know we're gonna be redoing a lot of the new, the videos that we've already released, but I am so looking forward to it. And every single person who's already in the Inner Circle, you're gonna want to watch those again, because there's so many more things coming out very soon. I can't hold my excitement. I just, it's gonna be great.
The way I've been teaching so far has been actually a lot of manual things that I would normally have not taught, right? I mean, I'm almost from the beginning gone into having to, manually do some things because the automation wasn't quite there when I wanted it there, or to be ready for it. So now that those pieces of the puzzle are being implemented, we're going to, change that. But I think it's definitely worthwhile, because people are learning kind of the old school way. They're learning from that old traditional way of punching. And I do plan, we're going to be redoing our webinars as well. And I do plan on trying to keep, that original theory as a foundation, even though some of the things might not be as applicable given how software works today. I'm a firm believer that everybody should understand what's behind the curtain. You should, you might not have to do it manually, but you should understand at least why you should be doing something, right? So cool, awesome.
That's right.
Any other questions that I do? Okay, go ahead. Jennifer. Okay.
Go
ahead, Ben.
Okay. I just want to mention to you guys, for those of you who are on YouTube, YouTube has made a release now where a lot of our videos can be seen in different languages. So they can be seen in French, in German, in Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. So if you speak a different language that you're more comfortable with and you see that option, make sure to switch it, because thanks to AI, the advancements they're making are insane. And you can hear John and I, whenever we teach, in Spanish, in Italian, and whatever it is that you prefer. So go and check those out and have some fun.
Does it sound like our voice?
I feel like they chose some pretty cool actors, voice actors. Not exactly like us, but something similar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jennifer?
There is a question. Bruce is asking, when will the spots be opening for the Christmas in July?
The spots for Christmas in July will be opening. Actually, that is a Jesse thing as far as marketing is concerned. So I can't say exactly right now.
It's coming, Bruce.
Yeah, it is coming, Bruce. And we every year for Christmas in July, which last year was the first, but we've done our Christmas parties before. It's getting a little stressful because we've always tried to outdo ourselves every year. and I am almost done my Christmas stuff. And Linda, if you're watching, we love you. I mean, Linda is just incredible with the software as well. She has her own kind of niche on things that neither you or I have, right, Ken? I mean, that's
Yeah,
so.
she's
Anyways,
amazing.
Linda has some incredible in the hoop projects that she's working on. They're so good, she hasn't even told me what they are yet.
Ooh.
Ooh. So, anyways, anything else, Jen, or are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay, awesome. So I'll show a couple little things up here as far as what is new, and this is design-wise, because if you guys don't know, every single week at Embroidery Legacy, we do release new designs. And this last, I guess, 2 weeks, which is the beginning of January, these are our newest designs of the year. After last year, I wanted to start the year out with this design pack, which is our Ready to Relax pack, because I needed a little break, and we all did have a little break, not as long as we may have wanted, but we had a little bit of break. So we had our Ready to Relax pack, which has a lot of really cute sayings on them. And I do like this sort of font where we've been using 2 different colors to create things. So that one's fun. We also released our second fashion and decor. We do have a whole series throughout this coming year for 2025. We have decor design packs. So this is number 2. And these are just kind of designs that would lend themselves to apparel, but also to pillows and just home decor as well. And they have a little bit of the I don't even know what these types of stitches are called, but they're just kind of really cool. And there's French knots and French dots and all kinds of things that are in there. We also have this last week, we have 2 Valentine's packs, and I can't believe that Valentine's is almost here. So we had a kind of regular design pack. This is not overly artistic, but they're cute sayings, all between 4 and 5 inches. And then we had this one here, which is from our Art Matters artist. We do all of her designs kind of exclusively for embroidery. And she had 4 beautiful designs for Valentine's. And these are probably my favorite. They're just so cute. She does a great job at these. So You Bake Me Crazy is probably my favorite one. So Jennifer's laughing. Yeah. You Bake Me Crazy, my dear. So
Hey John,
anyways,
I've already taken this for my Valentine's this year.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me just get rid of that, Ken. I got to get you big here. Let's see that again. I don't think anybody's. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A little goodie bag, fill it up with some chocolate, some roses, who knows what else. Yeah. And celebrate Valentine's this year.
Yeah, we're going to have lots and lots of fun. So anyways, those are the newest 4 design collections this year. Of course, tomorrow is our new releases. But if any of you would like to win any of those 4, just type in the comments. What should they type in, Jennifer?
Old.
Oh, nice. That's what she got from this whole presentation, is that I'm old. Okay, you know what, guys? Type in the word old John. And if you type in old John, somebody on Facebook, or you know what, you could also type in young Ken. Okay, so we'll do so old or young. Type it in, and in just a couple minutes, we will announce the winners on Facebook and YouTube. 2 winners. All you have to do if you do win is
young Ken.
What's that?
Old John. Some people are putting old Ken or young Ken.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay. So, anyways, if your name is announced, all you have to do is send us an email at contact@embroiderylegacy.com and let us know which of these packs you'd like. So if you want the Ready to Relax, or if you'd like the Fashion and Decor 2, or you want the Valentine home pack, or the Valentine Days pack. So your choice, just let us know which one you want. And I think are we almost ready for a winner? Who's doing this? Jennifer, are you doing this? We are
sure.
short-staffed today. I apologize, guys.
Just do a quick scroll.
Okay, Jennifer's going to do a quick scroll. This is random. So, and if you don't like who's chosen, Jennifer was the one who chose them both.
So. Vince said, "Not so old, John." and Jan can.
Okay.
Okay, so on
Go ahead.
Facebook, and I know I'm going to butcher the name. It's WAMBUI, and the last name is NJAU. Is the winner from Facebook?
Okay. Can you say that one more time, Jennifer?
Why Nejo? I'm
Okay,
sure I'm
spell
butchering
it out
it.
one more time as well.
WAMBUI. Last name is NJAU.
Awesome. And that was the winner on Facebook.
Facebook, yep.
Awesome.
So
And
congratulations.
Do we have a YouTube winner?
Ken, can you grab somebody from YouTube?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
And for the YouTube winner is Mary Kay Gomez.
Mary Kay Gomez. Awesome. Okay, so just be sure to email us.
Congratulations, Mary Kay. Yay.
Okay. Awesome. And yeah, just be sure to email us and let Leanne know which pack you would like, and we'll get those sent off to you very, very quickly. Because we need to do, if you're doing Valentine's Day, it's coming up soon, right? Okay.
By the way, to answer, we will have the webinar tomorrow as well. So look forward to that. And for those of you, check out the videos again, and we will be coming out with a couple more YouTube videos soon.
Yeah, just to verify though, the webinar for tomorrow is within the Inner Circle group. So just don't want people to start emailing in wondering where the webinar is.
That's
but
right.
if you do decide to become an Inner Circle participant in the future when the software is launched, we will be doing that series, that webinar series again. And it looks like it's going to turn into 7 webinars in total, which is an hour. That's actually a lot of content.
That is a lot of content.
We've covered a lot of ground so far. Awesome. Okay, so any other little parting comments before we do? If there's any last minute questions, let us know. But I do want to let you know that we really do appreciate it when you guys do subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I'm just chomping at the bit to hit that 100,000. Jennifer, yes.
I have a quick question here.
Mm-hmm.
The files that are coming out right now, is the EMB file included?
The EMB file is currently included with the designs. That has been a question that I've had over and over again. We are including the EMB files for our designs up to a certain point. And then what I'm going to be doing is when our software officially launches, my team is going to go through a bit of a learning curve to start using our platform to digitize all of our designs. And we will then be providing the JDX format for designs after that point when we make the crossover. So we will include the EMB files until that happens. Just so you guys know, and I think I mentioned this in the New Year's announcements, I do work almost a full year ahead with our scheduling of designs. EMB, it will be around for quite a while until we make the transition. So cool. Awesome. So yeah, anything you want to add there about subscribing to our social medias? You're kind of the guru on that, Ken.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again so much for all the support. It's been it was an amazing 2024, and it's going to be an even better 2025. So watch out for all the tutorials that we're going to be coming out with. We do have one more question, John, and that is, how would they sign up to the convention so they can go see you? If you could just say the name of the convention so they know where to look it up.
Sure. If you type in, I guess is it the Impressions Show? They've changed it. It used to be the ISS show when I used to teach there. Now it's called Impressions Expo. And if you type in Impressions, I think it's impressions.com. If I'm not mistaken.
The one in Atlantic City?
Yes. Perfect.
So it is called the Impressions Expo in Atlantic City 2025.
But it's Long Beach there will be at, not Atlantic City. So yeah, Impressions Expo 2025 in Long Beach. And if you do want to attend that show, you can either get a ticket online and pre-register, which I do actually suggest, because then you can get your little ticket on your phone and just kind of go through, or you can get in the very long lineup and wait to register at the show. So if you do plan on being there, it's worthwhile checking in beforehand, just like getting on an airplane these days. It's always worthwhile checking in beforehand. So awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I hope to see some of you guys there again. If you do see Jesse and I, please stop by, and we'd love to meet you, shake your hand, and talk shop a little bit.
And bring your best joke as well.
Best, what kind of joke? Are we starting a joke phase here?
Yeah, a knock joke or something.
Okay, so next time you see Ken, he wants a knock joke. Okay.
Oh, I thought he was going to say a dad joke.
No dad jokes. We're not doing this because I have a very long list of dad jokes, right, Jen? So anyways, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we're probably going to be, I guess, not doing a live for the next couple weeks, but when we do, we will announce the time, and we're going to sort of continue this whole kind of schedule that we have, where Ken and I are going to be tag teaming on these. I think it's a little bit more fun. Sometimes you'll take the driver's seat, Ken, and maybe do a little digitizing session. Other times I will. The beauty is we also have the new camera set up, so you can actually be running stuff in the sampling room while we have this whole thing going.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be sweating while I digitize, and John judges my digitizing. That's so much fun.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to that.
It goes two ways. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate your watching. We good to sign off, Jennifer? Jennifer, we good to sign off? Okay. I always have to ask permission. Rule number 1, always ask permission.
There's a big time delay, so
Okay.
I'm listening to my headphones and you're looking at me. And
okay. Anyways, thank you, guys. We appreciate your watching, and thank you, Ken.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jennifer. Hope you guys have an amazing night. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.